Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny here with a free Major League Baseball playoff pick for you guys here. We're going to talk Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves, but before we do that, let's bring in our guy, Nick Earle from Earle Sports Bets. Talk a little playoff baseball. Nick, you ready for playoff baseball?
Oh yeah, the divisional series can't be much worse
Oh,
than the wild card round was. So let's get into it.
Let's go. Philadelphia Phillies traveling to Atlanta, take on the Braves. Braves solid favorite, minus 200 for a playoff game. Over-unders 8.5. That's a little high too. Where are you going with this one?
Yeah, looking at this matchup for me, I like the Phillies to win this series. However, this is I think the toughest game that the Phillies are going to have because they played in the wild card series. They use Wheeler and Nola against the Marlins game 1 and game 2, which means it's going to be Ranger Suarez for game number 1 in Atlanta here. Atlanta does hit left-handed pitching much better than they do righties, and they are a lethal team against left-handed pitching. So I do like Philly. I think they're a very live dog. I am a little bit worried about them for game number 1. So I'm not going to look at the money line as much. I am going to have a small bet on the Phillies money line in this one because I'm going to be riding the Phillies throughout the postseason for a little red October. But with that being said, I'm going to look towards the Phillies in this game, team total over 3.5. I think this is a very low number. I think this is a very dangerous Phillies lineup. I think this matchup in Atlanta is going to be filled with a lot of entertaining baseball with a bunch of overs in this series, and I know exactly what we should see from Spencer Strider here. He got lit up last year in the playoffs against said Philadelphia Phillies last year in the DS, and I could see a game where Spencer Strider has a normal Spencer Strider type of game, 10 strikeouts, but gives up 4 earned runs. And that will get you this team total over. And if they don't, and if they get 2 against Strider, I think they can get 2 against the bullpen here for Atlanta. So I do think the Phillies are going to be able to hit in this game. The biggest question for me, whether or not they win the game, is how Ranger Suarez performs, which I am a little concerned about. So I do lean towards the full game over. I get it. It's an 8.5, which is kind of high for a playoff game. But these are 2 really good lineups. And question marks on both sides for pitching. I know people really like Spencer Strider. I think there's a question mark for him as well. I lean over full game in this one, but I'm going to rock with the Phillies team total at only a 3.5 at minus 105. I think that's a very reasonable price for these Philly bats. So I'm going to take a little Phillies team total over 3.5 for me.
I said this yesterday and the other day, or 2 days ago. Yesterday, I've been saying this. I don't think the Atlanta Braves win a game. That's all.
I think they might win this one.
I know everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I think the Phillies are going to roll. I love this bet because I like the whole game over. So if you like the Phillies, you like the over. I think if you like the under, you like the Braves. Kind of that way. If you think it's going to play that way, but me personally, I think the Phillies are about to make some noise. Philadelphia team total from Nick Earle over 3.5, minus 105. Good value there too, by the way.
Because they're that big of a dog, that's
Nick
why.
Earle and Earle Sports Bets. Head over to picksandparlays.net. Check out their premium plays. Use the promo code NCAAF. Save you 20% off the entire site over there. Till then, we're going to roll with the Philadelphia team total over 3.5, minus 105. I'm Detroit Lenny, Picks and Parlays. Nick Earle, Earle Sports Bets. Good luck unless you're against us.